Hey guys, I've been M248 here. Welcome back. More Josh-CCLP4, blah blah blah. Part 7, Aquatic Caves, Part 3. So it looks like we've got a little bumper type thing going on. And then we get to clone more blocks. Okay, this looks pretty straightforward. So I'm just going to use some pretty standard block pushing shortcuts to try to save a little time here. Let's see, I need to push one straight to the right, and then I just have the 4 on the bottoms. Alright, this is pretty straightforward. I don't know why I did that, because I'm just going to be doing that anyway. So I think 4 blocks to go. And there you go. Well, there I go. So now I've got looks like 2 block slides. Okay, so that is 1 blue key accessible. We'll go grab it and then hopefully not screw up the other block slide. Yay, got them both. I'm just going to assume all the blue walls are real because it wouldn't make too much sense for some to be fake. Thanks for making a liar out of me. Anyway, that was a fun level. Ooh, Duplex. So blocks next to gravel have a chip or item under them. So Duplex is pretty legit. And that was stupid.
Bummer.
That was also stupid. Like, one of these days, I won't screw up this bug. I don't want that bug to be able to get stuck in a trap or something later. Or cause trouble in here.
Bummer.
Okay, I'm gonna deal with him a slightly easier way. There we go. Bug's taken care of. Hopefully I don't need him for anything later, but if I do, I can always retrieve him. So the cool thing about Duplex is, well, I think it's pretty clear what the cool thing about Duplex is. Just from the very beginning. That could have been really bad. Still could be really bad. Yeah, I'm just focusing on not screwing up with the teeth here. Tell you what. As another bug? Ooh, 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 force floors. I can get the teeth stuck in the force floors. Maybe. Or I can just trap it inside. Oh, right, there's a thin wall there. Right, I can't do that. This setup should be good enough. I'm just going to deal with what's in here now before it gets any worse. So yeah, Duplex. The entire concept of this level is pretty much you have these rooms, they're all 4x4, but you can move all the walls, and that means monsters will be passing between rooms. And really, walkers? Really? Really? Is that 3 walkers? Go die. Like, I'll be back for them later.
Bummer.
Why did I think I could do that? Oh, back to start. One of these days, I will not play stupidly at all. That day is not today. I just want this teeth out of my way as quickly as I can. There we go. Teeth's no longer an issue. What is a bit of an issue is getting back around. Let's go this way. I didn't go this way last time. Ooh, this room looks interesting. The walkers from earlier do worry me a little bit when it comes to this room, though. And another glider here. Let's get him loose. Okay, this button I think links up to the pink ball cloner I saw last time. So a lot of fireballs to release here. Not entirely what I meant to do, but it works. So the walkers should all take care of themselves. The trap buttons are held down. I can go this way. Right, gotta deal with these blobs. So Duplex, the one issue I have with this level is that the monsters do travel between rooms so much. Which I know for some people that would be a very big plus, but I prefer when things stay a little more constrained. So those blobs are done with the compaction type section. And alright, almost there. Nice little MS only stunt there. Okay, he's stuck in the second trap? That's a very interesting controller boss glitch. Not what I would expect to see. So I've got fire boots. I do not have flippers. What's under this block? Flippers. What was I just saying I didn't have? So I need a green key. Yeah, I can't get that chip without a green key, but I don't think I've seen one. Okay, the center of that would have been a really nice spot to hide anything. So I've pushed all of those. It's not in the suction room. I could have sworn I collected a green key the first time around. But I'm not seeing it. So just setting up a little thing for those gliders to go elsewhere so I can explore through here. But where's the green key? I'm pretty sure I've explored everywhere. I mean, at this point, I might as well just push all the blocks and see what I find. I do like this level. I'm just really confused with this part. No. 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 There's no way I can push all of these. So it's not those ones. It's not that. Nor that. Nor any of these. Where the heck is this green key? Of course. Of course. There we go. Duplex done. I knew I picked up the green key that first time. I just couldn't remember where. Moving on. Infestation, which looks like it's just a simple monster dodging maze with keys that you pick up. The structure reminds me a lot of Telenet for some reason. So I'm just going to follow a standard maze procedure of just following a wall until I reach its conclusion. And that should, assuming there's not too many loops, work pretty well. Haha, this tiny room in the corner is interesting. So, I guess I'm not really following any sort of specific path here. I'm just exploring and remembering where I have and have not been. I think it's working pretty well. So I'm pretty sure I've got all the keys now. Yep, all the keys. So we get all the chips. And then it's just going to be a short walk to the exit. So this was a pretty simple level. Fun, but simple, especially following up Duplex. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a very straightforward short level after a series of more complicated ones. Anyway, level 50, Cell Room. I already know what the hint says. It says I need all the chips. So I'm just going to be very careful with how I approach this. To make sure I don't accidentally make a chip unreachable. Alright, now I'm going to go down. You know, I say I was going to be careful, and I wasn't careful for a second. Still worked out. Let's go down again. Yep, another chip. There should be more. Oh, good, there wasn't a chip on that path I couldn't return from. Or return 2. 'Cause that was a long one I couldn't see the end of. Just making sure I can still loop back. I can. Grab that one. There's one left. It should be right about here. And as usual, the exit's in the opposite corner of where you start. Ooh, collateral damage. This one's really fun. Free up as much space as possible. The traps will definitely be useful. So collateral damage is really cool, and honestly, it's one of the reasons I'm playing in the Tile World tile set instead of, say, MSCC, just so that I can see the traps under the eventually later stuck teeth. So I know there's a time limit until the toggle's open, so I'm trying to clear out as much of the border as possible, and then it's just trap the teeth. Yeah, see, I didn't even get all the border done. So I think all of the chips are required, but it's not too bad to collect them. Oh, gotta be a little more careful than that. Okay, there's a couple chips back here I can't collect. Like this one, this is just such a cool concept. It's very straightforward, it's very simple, but it's, well, for one thing, it's a sort of maze-ish level, sort of collection-ish level, and sort of dodging-ish level all in one. Alright, we'll get you stuck. Like, it's very much a level. The thing about teeth at monsters is that they really do require you to think. Like, think ahead. And I like the dodging type levels, well, dodging levels where you think ahead more than you react to things as they happen. And so that's why a lot of my more difficult dodging levels end up using teeth, just because then you can stop and think through your next few moves in advance. You don't have to, but you can, and that option is very nice. So yeah, you can see why I tried to deal with the border. There's just so many teeth up there I can't really deal with. So let's lure some of them around from both sides and into the labyrinth. So there should be a lot of teeth chasing me now. You can even see the ball that triggered the toggle walls to begin with. Oh, there's still so many teeth up here. Why? Come on, teeth. Okay, so most of those are stuck. 4, 9, 6, 4 to go. They should all be down near the bottom right. There's 3 of them. I almost didn't see those weren't trapped. So all of these 4. Nice try. And that's all the chips. Collateral damage is complete. Very enjoyable level. Moving on to Traps of Creativity, which I know is a pretty long one, actually. I remember this from the voting packs, but I don't remember much of the solution. How many blocks do we currently have on the bottom? Not enough. What's this way? Dead end. Oh, wait, maybe not a dead end. So I'm just going to assume I need all these trap buttons held down, and I'm going to do that now. Even though I can't do all of them, I saw I could get that red key, which would be enough for this last one. So I'm going to assume this is correct. Because I could get that red key, and then all the trap buttons are down. Then I can get 2 yellow keys, I think. 3 yellow keys at least. 5. Okay, 5's a good number to get. So I did need all of those held down. So where can I go with yellow keys? This way. More yellow keys. It's a lot more yellow keys. Wow. Oh, nice invisible wall. I would have preferred that was a hidden wall, but I can see why it wasn't. So chip that kills me if I take it. Blue key that I have to take. And no choice but to go through here. This is probably on a blue wall. No, it's a cloner. I wonder if I needed to, or if overriding that left would be useful. Hit that red button and go back down the teleport afterwards. So it probably would have been useful. So I have one block here I can use. Wait, no, that can't be it. I was supposed to go get the, go down there and get the fire boots first. Alright, I see how it is. But it might not be over. No, it's not, because I have this other block I can then use. So this allows me to go back to the starting area. And with my 2 red keys, I can go up here, get skates, and can't do anything from the starting room, but I can come up here. Ooh, this room scares me a little bit. I don't know. I'm assuming these buttons are mostly linked up to the glider cloner. Which means this is probably linked up to the fireball cloner. It is. But I don't know what I want to do with that. I can go back. For now. Okay, so I'm going to want to clone 5, 5, 13 more fireballs, it looks like. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how I count cloning in, like, while I'm optimizing routes, especially for something like Bombs Away in CCLP1. There's one route where you had to clone, I think it was somewhere like between 40 and 50 fireballs exactly in order to really get anywhere with the route. So what's through here? Nothing but a partial post. So you'd clone a very exact amount, and it was a large amount. So I would just count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically, I think I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Then 15, then just counting out every 5. For graduation, when I was doing it in MSCC for the Bold, what I had to do there was count out every single move. So for the beginning, I was counting like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for the early chips and all that stuff. It was a very, very frustrating experience, to say the least, but I did get it, and I'm very happy that I got that Bold. It's honestly one of the hardest I've ever gotten, and that's saying a lot. So what can I do with this? I don't think I have time to remove 2 dirt. Maybe I do. Okay, yeah, I do. Was I supposed to do that? I'm forced to assume my... Oh, that I... Okay, no, I'm in MS, so I can do that. But this is Links compatible, so I don't want to hide there. So I'm just going to assume I know how this works. So I need to hit the toggle button, which means I need the trap button down, which means I need the blue key. I need to not use the recessed wall. recessed wall comes at the end. So now I think I have to backtrack through all this. Which I know I can slip up through here. Alright, clever little trap, but I didn't fall for it, Josh. And, right, that's why I'm allowed to go back. Yep. Chip. Socket. One-way path. Trap button held down. Toggle button, well, toggle state flipped. And now I can exit. Traps of creativity solved. That was actually pretty fun. Bit annoying in a couple places, just due to the, no, it wasn't really that annoying. Just not that special, but not every level needs to be, as I often say. So, got a crazy teeth dodging level here. Very open, red keys in the Colosseum. I did see the chip in the middle. I will worry about going back for that. I just wanted to get away from the teeth. So, here, that's really funny to me, because I did say not too long ago, I like teeth levels because you can usually think through your moves in advance. When you stick a whole bunch in an open room like that, it really is just reacting to what happens. So, I mean, they've got their ridiculousness. I'm probably being pursued. No, almost, but not quite. I'm not sure what I want to do with these recessed walls. Alright, clever. See, that's the sort of thing where you can think through it. And this room's another one where I can think through what I'm going to do. Okay, so I need to hit the toggle button, get the blue key, go through there. So we'll lower the teeth back around, and then trap him again so I can get the blue key safely. Let me get a red key. Okay, teeth is gonna blow up on this bomb. I did something similar like that to that in a couple levels. That's not a very hard construction to come across. So hit the tank button to get the tank out of my way, and we can just exit. Alright, that's the Colosseum down. Ooh, Monster Palace. Okay, I can already tell I'm not going to be a huge fan of this level. Yeah, it's a pretty chaotic dodging level, it seems. That's not exactly my type of level. So I'm hoping I can get this pretty quickly. I'm dead.
Bummer.
There's literally no way for me to get out. Like, this teeth is not necessary. Get stuck. I mean, I probably could have negotiated the teeth for the whole level, but I'd rather not. I'll just... Great, there's keys to find too. Now the aesthetics on this level are pretty good. Like, that's pretty, like, they're good. But, not really a fan of its gameplay, just because I'm not really a fan of this general gameplay type. So far, though, as far as well as the level's gone, could be much worse. Like, I think I played this one already. Probably CCLP4 voting packs again. I have a green key, right? Very nice non-random walker. That's something I do far too much. And we have another teeth to worry about. Where can I stick this one? I don't think I've seen a blue key anywhere either. Alright, oh, there's a blue key with a random walker. Come on, go get stuck, go get stuck. Okay, so we've got the blue key for the top right, the one chip I left behind by the teeth. So where can this teeth get stuck so he won't pester me? Well, I suppose both of them can get stuck back there. Ugh. Alright, last chip. Just gotta walk to the exit now. Which I already know is right here. So, release the glider and run past it. Monster Palace complete. Alright, Blue Forest Fire. Let's see here, 32 minutes into the recording here. I probably shouldn't do this one now, but I really don't want to, like, I know it's going to be a lot harder to motivate myself to keep going with this if I have to start with this. So I might as well end on it. So, beyond the recessed walls, you'll always find a way out, no fire boots. As you may have guessed, I am not a fan of this level. I'm pretty sure I specifically mentioned that earlier. I think it was during Snowbound or something like that, where I hoped this wasn't in the set, and Josh commented that it was. So I'm just going to play this very slow, very safe, and try to not die. So you'll always find a way out beyond the recessed walls, but I want to get as good of a, as good of an idea of the general shape of the maze as I can before committing to any recessed walls, just so that I don't miss anything behind them. That's going to be a wall. Yep. So that has its own loop. See, right here is one where I know what the shape is going to be, so I'm just going to take care of those recessed walls now. But for most of them, I don't know how many chips are going to be collected behind each wall, so I don't want to take any chances and have to redo this. I like blue walls. I don't like them when they're used for something that is straight up no way around it. Some degree of guesswork. And I guess it's technically not, just because as long as you fully explore everything within the recessed walls, it wouldn't be guesswork. But that's kind of a pain to have to do. Like, I'll do it right here as an example. Like, okay, that was easier than I expected. Are all of them just going to have one chip behind them? This one looks like it has two. And I don't think I'd mind this level as much if it wasn't for the constant risk of death on a misstep. Which I know is part of the whole blue forest fire thing, but it's just the combination of needing to be very careful to not miss anything, and the course, that was going to be all the socket there. Just the combination of needing to be very thorough to not miss anything, and the fact that in many places, one wrong move is a restart and a death. So we'll go down here. Wall, wall. So I hope all of the recessed, see, now I've got a pretty good idea of how large most of the recessed wall areas are. So I don't feel too bad about needing to go through. I'm a little worried about this one, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because of course it was simpler than it looked. Let's do this one now. Then again, Josh usually isn't mean like that. But you never know, you never know. These are old levels. A lot of the usual modern design techniques don't necessarily apply. What is with this triple here? And by don't necessarily apply, I mean, I don't mean they don't apply, I mean that a lot of the current aesthetics and designs are more refined, so you can usually, once you've played a lot of levels, you start just picking up on how they're going to be constructed, unless they're specifically trying to go against that, which I know I've done quite a few times. Just see, right here, this is one of those cases where I'm really glad I explored the shape. Because otherwise I wouldn't know that all three of those were going to be necessary for that one chip. And by leaving, I'd abandon that chip forever. Because that doesn't seem like what it would be. Alright, 15 chips left, most of the way there. I say most of the way there, and then I see what seems to be a fairly large path. So please don't screw this up. $11. This had like a 700-second time limit, and I'm down into 300s. We're going to probably end by going up that way. Yeah, I want to deal with some recessed wall paths closer to the start, like this one. Alright. Almost there. I am so tense right now because I don't want to have to do this again. I think I've seen most of the chips remaining up here. Alright. No. 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 No! I just did that. I legit just did that. No! I do not like this level, like even before making that misstep. So, no. No, 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 no. So, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do any cuts. I'm gonna take advantage of this to show another technique I've used. And view. And let's make sure this is view, zoom, fit to screen. So I've made a copy of the level in CC Design now. And I am going to have this on the side of my screen. And I now have a copy of blue forest fire on the side of my screen with all fake blue walls replaced with, well, floor. So I can just play off that. So this is going to be another long one just because blue forest fire is not a level I enjoy. But I'm essentially just alternating between looking at the map of the level and the level itself, and just playing off of that. It's a useful technique for me to know, especially for, say, real-time runs, where like there's just so many things to remember that you cannot remember all of it. Let's see. There's nothing else of interest. Well, everything else of interest is up this way. This is especially helpful for a level like this, where I can just reference all the loops. So yeah, gonna make the best of a bad situation here. I still don't like the level. I was so close, and it's just my keyboard dropped a left input. So when I go left down, I just go down and dead. Which again ties into the whole, this level wouldn't really be an issue if it wasn't for all of the fire in it. Which I know is the point of the level, but I know I've made blue wall mazes where there's deadly stuff in it, where a misstep does kill you, but those were not the full map. Like, and even then, like, the biggest, like, the main one I can think of, the biggest one that I've made, is a random battle, which I put at 143 of Ultimate Chip 4. And even that, I think, is scaled a little too large at 24 by 24. Like, it's... And that doesn't even have any recessed walls to worry about. Which way do I go from here? Down. Okay. Like... It's like... I think even I've gone overboard with the concept. It's... not a good thing, then. Now, that doesn't mean it's inherently a bad concept, but what I think it does mean is that the recessed walls and the blue walls and the fire all together are. There, I said it. I do not like this level. And I'm sorry I'm being so, like, I feel like I'm being more negative than positive with these levels. Part of that is because it is easier to nitpick and criticize than it is to find specific things to praise. So lack of commentary is usually going to mean, yeah, great level. With the exception being anything I nitpick. This level, on the other hand, I pretty much have nothing but nitpicks about. Like, so if it seems like I'm being overly negative, and I feel like it does, sorry, not the intention. I am trying to be more positive and finding things to be like that's really cool about. It's just not the easiest thing to do. And okay, blue forest fire done. Even with the map, that took me a good 200 seconds. So to reiterate, I started here. This was a fun level. This was an amazing level. This was an okay level. This was an okay level. This was an amazing level. This was a pretty good level. This was a good level. This was a good, like, this was a well-designed level, but it's not the kind I specifically like. And I don't like this one at all. Sorry. So overall, I just went through 8 levels, and 2 of them were amazing, 4 of them were really good, and 1 of them was well-designed. So overall, good sets. And I'm just going to stop trying to defend the fact that I don't like certain levels because everybody's going to have their own opinions. And I will end the recording here. That is part 7. Part 8 coming whenever I find time to record it and build up the motivation to deal with stuffed randomizers. Bye.